This tier list here is kind of like, so it's like the top 50 best-selling PS2 games. Also, I've got some honorable mentions in here. And on top of that, most of these games, not most, but some of them, I just did not play, and I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize right now. There's games on here that I have no take on because I never played it. Some of these games I played a little bit of it, and I'll tell you what it is. Some of these games I didn't finish. Some of these games I finished, and I can tell you what it is. Um, if I need to tell you, like, really about the things that I didn't really play that other critics are saying, I don't really like to do that. It's always my opinion, right? I don't. That's why this tier list is kind of for a lot more special. But let's kind of get into it. So it's about to be 2 minute mark. I don't want to spend too much time on each game due to the fact that I'm trying to, with 50 games, I don't want to make this too long. Budokai 3. Budokai 3 is an absolute. We're gonna start with S tier right off the back, right? One of my favorite PS2 games ever played. Coming off Budokai 2, which was an absolute flop and failure in my opinion, Budokai 3 like added more characters and more things to the games. This is also a spoiler for when the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games. I kind of want to do a tier list on those, but I need to play a little bit more. But Budokai 3 is S tier to me. It's one of my favorite PS2 games, favorite collectibles, favorite fighting games, just everything all around. Budokai 3 was really good. A lot of things in it was a lot of fun, right? The World Tournament, the way you unlock characters, you can get like different paths and everything to get them, but it was a great game. Jack 2, oh god. So we're going with two S tiers straight off back, right? We're going straight off back. I also want to do like I did last time and kind of bring up the no, go back. I want to bring up the stats, like how much each game made, right? So we haven't hit top 50. I'm getting the honorable mentions out the way because like I feel like they need to be talked about, and even though they didn't sell as much, and I'll tell you what place they were. So let's go PS2 top selling games, right? And this is top 50, but we haven't hit the 50 mark yet. So I'll tell you. So the first thing was Budokai 3, right? Budokai 3 was added every PS2 games, and there was a lot of PS2 games. Budokai 3 was, it's got to be in the top 100. I don't think I went anything past 100. I can't find it. The list is kind of big. So Budokai 3, just know Budokai 3 was an honorable mention. Oh, I found it. So Budokai 3 was the 80th top-selling PS2 game with 1.836 million. The game came out on November 16, 2004, made by Bandai, and it is a fighting game. Made by Dimps too, I guess. I'll give you the like full stats. Why not? But that's how many units it did. It's a shame that it sold so little, but I think it's also near the end. It's like in the middle of the console's like lifespan. So and then Jack 2 was criminally 98 with 1.6 million. Jack 2 should have sold a lot more, but I'm guessing because it got edgier since Jack, it sold that least. So that was the 98th top selling game at 1.6. Came out in 2003 too, but which is weird because I thought it was a really good game. Now we have Jack 2. It is an S tier game. Might as well go back to it. Jack 2 it's S tier. It's one of my favorite games I ever played ever in my life. I can replay it again. I think it's way better than Jack and Daxter. Definitely an adventure game. It had a pretty good story. All the weapons were good. It's really fun, right? Jack 3 was also, I'm gonna put an A tier. I thought Jack 2 was a little bit better. I think Jack 3. I really think about it. Jack 3 was better. Jack 2 probably is the A tier one. Not the Jack games are S tiers. I love Jack games. I love Jack 2. I love Jack 3. Those both S tier games. Right now, these three are my favorite three games. This is also why I put in honorable mentions. These three are my favorite games like ever made for PS2. So even though they're not the top selling games. Jack 2, Jack 3, and Budokai 3 should be mentioned. Um, Jack 3 was also, I think it sold a lot more than Jack 2. Let's take a look. I'll give you the stats right now. Jack 3, yeah, it did sell more than, no, sold less. It sold less. It sold less. So Jack 2 sold more than Jack 3. So that I kind of see why they never made a Jack 4. The sales are probably just falling off. 1.33 million released in 2004, which is a year after. Yeah, the sales are falling down. So if you ever a Jack fan and wonder why they never made more Jack games, people just weren't sticking with it. Sales were going down. Naughty Dog killed out the park with these games though. So they were really good. Um, so that's my three S tier games I really like. Let's see. So now, oh, we have one more honorable mention. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses. I did think this is an A tier. It's not an S tier, but it's an A tier. Another very good game. I think it was in the top. Yeah, 114 with 1.446 million. So it didn't sell as much. Jack 3, did I tell you guys how much Jack 3? Jack 1.33 million, so 1.44 million Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels of Roses. It's another good game I would check out. It's not like Duel Monsters Dueling, but it's very good. I would try it. I liked it a lot. It's like a board game. It's like board games with monsters. The animations are really good, right? Okay, so those are my four honorable mentions. Now we're getting to the top, right? So the next games are the top 50 games ever sold, for PS2. Now all the disclaimers I said at the beginning, just apply them now, right? And maybe Jack 2, Jack 3, and Budokai 3. I'm definitely gonna talk about more Budokai 3, but everything else of these games, I'll talk more about them in other tier lists. There's definitely going to be a Naughty Dog tier list coming like one day. So starting at number 50, this is Tony Hawk Underground. This sold 2.42 million. Released in October 27th, right? So Tony Hawk Underground, especially this one, I'm going to give it an A tier. This one had the best story. This is the one where you first were able to get off of your skateboard and actually ride around. All the tracks were awesome. I am putting this in high A tier. It's considerably thinking it is an S tier, but definitely like the best, my favorite Tony Hawk game ever. I don't think I played 2. The reason I didn't play 2 is just, I don't know, I just didn't play it. It just, 1 was just so good. I didn't think there needed to be a 2. But Tony Hawk Underground 2 was, now Tony Hawk Underground, regular Underground, was fantastic. Tekken Tag was awesome. I'm going to put it in B tier because it was a fighting game, but it was great. Why did I put it? I think it's like, so around that time, like fighting games, other than Budokai 3, had like this syndrome where it just all felt the same, and it went to like I don't know, it just didn't, it wasn't the same. Tekken Tag was one of the good ones out of there. I'm not gonna say it's S tier, but it's definitely A tier. When it came in with Tekken Tag, like you can add more people in, like more people. This characters in, it was good. They tried to do like the Marvel vs. Capcom thing, but it was definitely A tier. Like I really enjoyed it a lot. I bought it for like $15 too. So also, I don't play the Star Wars games. I just don't. Not the Star Wars games. I don't play the Lego games. I don't. So I never played it. But let me tell you about Tekken Tag. Tekken Tag was sold 2.467 million. Released in 2000, and then Lego Star Wars the game 2.5 million, April 2nd, 2025. I don't need to say dates. Forget the dates. Lord of the Rings, I also didn't play Lord of the Rings. I wasn't really watching to play movie games other than one, and I'll get to that. The same thing with Medal of Honor. So Medal of Honor, the Rising Sun, I never played it. I didn't play Medal of Honor Rising Sun due to the fact that I wasn't really too much into army games. Call of Duty 4, the big impact of Call of Duty 4 didn't hit everywhere, so I wasn't too much into it. But there's one game I'm going to get to. Lord of the Rings, I don't know how Lord of the Rings sold so much. Maybe it was probably off the movie, and this was the Two Towers. Not even the Return of the King. Two Towers at 2.51 million. And at number 47 and number 46. Actually, number 46 was Dynasty Warriors 4. I didn't ever played it either. So that sold 2.5 15 million. So it would have been don't have, never played. And then 45 was Medal of Honor Rising Sun, 2.5, 2.52 million. I didn't play those, but you know what I did play? I played Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'm gonna put it in B tier. There is a better Need for Speed in here personally that I liked, but everything about Most Wanted was good. It just got to a point in the game where I didn't know where I was going. I didn't beat it because of that, because you're just driving around. I also I thought it was great. The cars were awesome. The cars were awesome to customize. I think like the customization got a little bit more tougher to customize. So, but I thought it was a good game altogether. I did not finish it completely, but it was a fun game to play. Simpsons Hit and Run, this is a hot take, and that's because I never played it. So I know a lot of people praise this game, but I'm not going to tell you something I never played. Budokai, I'm a Dragon Ball Z head, as you guys already know. And Dragon Ball Z Budokai is up there. I'm going to put it, I should put it behind A tier. For a PS2 game, I'm going to put it A tier. The reason why is that the story mode of this game was so good. They did all the cinematic scenes like perfectly. I like there are some things that like the voice acting was better in this game than the actual show. Not saying it's bad, but I'm talking about the dub. It did a lot better. Like especially when like I think I've talked about this one time before that you know Goku said you fool like with such emphasis on Frieza. Like the cinematic parts, it did really well. The fight, you know, it's just regular like Tekken style. It's like Tekken was Super Saiyan. That's how I felt. But it didn't get as deep and detailed as Budokai 3's masterpiece will become. But for the graphics were weird too. They're like dolls, but like it wasn't bad. I think the Atari style was got a little bit better on Budokai 3, but I did like the art style in Budokai 1. I'm not going to say it's bad. I kind of did like it. I didn't play Ace Combat. If you did, great. I don't know anybody who did. Also, Budokai was number 4. So I forgot to tell you guys. Need for Speed Most Wanted sold at 2.53 million as number 44. Number 43 was The Simpsons Hit and Run, which is at 2.57 million. Number 42 is Dragon Ball Z Budokai with 2.61 million. And then number 41 was Ace Combat 4, 2.64 million. I don't know who had this game. If you did, that's great. I don't know anybody who had that game. It is the number 142. I know people that owned Jack 2 more than Ace Combat, but it's whatever. Number 40, Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex at 2.763 million, and this game is a lot less bad than most people thought it was. It gets left out of the big 3, which is the first 3 Crash Bandicoots, but this one held its own. It just didn't have, I guess, it didn't have Naughty Dog's like credentials, like trust, like because Naughty Dog didn't make the game, no one trusted it, but it wasn't as bad as people think it is. But I think Most Wanted was better. But this is what I'm gonna put it C tier. I'm gonna put it C tier as just being good enough. The levels, it kind of played like Crash Bandicoot 3, but a little bit less good. But it wasn't bad. So SOCOM Navy SEALs, I actually did play this and it was online. This is when online really started going off. Not really started going off, but like for PlayStation in general, you had to get like a special PlayStation, which I kind of had. Not kind of, like I did have. I even modded it too. Okay, I didn't. You used to get that. I heard it got modded. But SOCOM, the online was fun. It was free too. It was definitely free. I'm gonna put a B tier. I don't think it was better than Most Wanted, but it was really fun to have, especially going online. Definitely, the online experience was awesome. Madden 07. This is the Madden game not the Madden. Like I don't play much Madden games, but this is a Madden game I didn't play. Most of those yearly games, like I don't really play them much. But I can give you some takes later. We're gonna go to that. And by the way, Crash Bandicoot, I think I told you guys that, but SOCOM was the number 39's most highest selling, and it sold 2.78 million. And on top of that, NFL 07 2.8 million. That's because like the NFL has a big fan base, of course, because it's just American football. So people are gonna get the games, right? So that's why it sold so much. Spider-Man 2. No, this is regular Spider-Man. It's criminally that Spider-Man 2 isn't on there. That's an honorable mention, but later we'll get to probably a Spider-Man tier list because we'll get there. We're gonna have a Spider-Man tier list one day. But this is Spider-Man 1. And this was number 37 highest selling game with 2.81. It was riding the coattails of the coattails, not the coattails. The coattails of what's it called? Of the movie, of the first movie, and it wasn't a bad game. I'm gonna put it C tier. This is not the game where you get to go on the floor. You had to stay in the rooftops, and it wasn't a bad game. It was decent, right? So I also paid like probably $4 for this game. That's probably what most of these sales are from. But Spider-Man 1, it was there. Spider-Man 2 is a better game, and we'll get to another tier list too. Pro Evolution Soccer, I just didn't play it. But Spider-Man did sell 2.81 million, in case I didn't say. And number 36, Pro Evolution Soccer 2, 2.859 million. It's a soccer game, right? So I didn't play it. I probably did. It's a soccer game. At 35, it's 2.9 million. Sonic Heroes. I've already given my Sonic Heroes take, and it is an A tier. And the reason why I believe this sold so much, I don't think it's better than Underground. I think it's better than Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think it's better than Budokai. I think it's better than Budokai. I'm moving to Tekken Tag down. I think Tekken Tag I probably lost. All my Tekken friends and Tekken fans are gonna be pissed. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Now that I really think about it, it kind of felt B tier to me. So, back to Sonic Heroes. I've explained it I have a Sonic tier list. A tier. That's a better way I'm going to say it. Sonic tier list, go check it out. It's episode 7, I believe. And I'll say one big thing. I think the reason it sold so much because this was the first Sonic game that came to PS2. It came to PlayStation. All the other Sonic games were just like on GameCube or a Sega things. So that's what it is. Number 34 coming at 2.9 million was SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. This is one of those games that I'm going to put in high A tier. I think this was my favorite wrestling game. I don't know if I'll ever do a wrestling game tier list. I'll do something wrestling. I'm a real big, huge like nerd / mark for wrestling. So that's something to know about me. But SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, probably my favorite game out of everything. It had the best features. It had the best superstars. Unlike regular SmackDown vs. Raw, you got to actually put the belts on the characters, like out on just regular mode. The story mode was really good, and there was something else. General Manager mode was fantastic in this game. It was absolutely top tier. I love General Manager mode. I like to fantasy book, but back then this was the most perfect game. I think this is still my favorite. Maybe my favorite wrestling game. We'll do a wrestling game tier list. I can definitely do that one day. Probably season 2. Definitely do that. But I would put it in A tier. I think it's better than Underground. For PS2, I thought it was better than all these games personally. It's just because this is who I am. Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. This is the second part. The second part was really good. I'm going to put this is another A tier. Is it better than Budokai? To me, it is. I would put this Ratchet and Clank in A tier. Look, Ratchet and Clank games, they are what they are. You got guns in them. It's like Spyro with guns. It's awesome. They're always great games. Some of them I really hazy about because they made so many, but they always so good. I have one that's untouched. I have the PS5 one. I never completed it. I played like a little bit of it, which I should probably go back to. But Going Commando is coming at 2.966 million. So a little bit more than SmackDown, a little bit more than Sonic Heroes. Is number 33. And I'm going to put it in A tier. It was a great game, though. Actually, Duels of Roses, those are my favorite. Those are really good games, too. So I'm going to leave those A tier. That's number 33. Number 32 was Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And we're putting that in S tier also. Budokai Tenkaichi was the best Dragon Ball Z game. So I don't know what is it with the with Dragon Ball Z games and threes, but for Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was the best as opposed to Budokai 3. The only difference is it's really hard to tier these right now. I can have more time. Maybe I'll leave that for suspense at for the Dragon Ball Z games tier list. I'll leave it for suspense because one of these is better than the other, and I'm probably just gonna keep. This is how it's looking so far, right? But personally, at the moment, I think Budokai 3 was more of my favorite. Tenkaichi 3, it just had all the features you wanted in a Dragon Ball Z game. To me, like all the characters, all the features, everything I want in Dragon Ball Z game is exactly what Tenkaichi 3 had, and I'll leave it at S tier too. I top of A tier. There was just something. I think the gameplay, the fighting. No, the fighting was good too. What can we do? I put it in top of A tier. I think the side scrolling attacks from Budokai 3 were just better. But maybe I'll think about that. Maybe I'll have some more time to think about it. The Getaway, I've never played it. I've never seen anyone who ever owned that game, but it sold 3 million. So number 31, great for you. It sold more. This game, I've never seen The Getaway. I've never seen it. Sorry, it sold more than everything on this list right now. The Getaway. I've never played this game. I've never heard of it either. I feel like maybe I was too young. Maybe The Getaway. Let me see. Have I seen this game before? Is it if it's like one of those? It might be one of those. What was a movie? Or did they make a movie? Give me a quick second. I just really want to see if I remember this game. Oh, it reminds me of like Godfather, Mafia, I guess, and all those. Huh? Maybe it looks pretty good. Maybe it did sell a lot of money. Maybe it did sell a lot. It looks like it was a mature game. I was probably a kid, so. That's probably what it is. Maybe I'll play this game. They should like remake it or something. Are they gonna remake it? The Getaway remake. 2021. No. Do you agree? Okay, no. Everyone's just saying. Reddit's just saying there should be one. So I'm guessing this game was good. Maybe I'll play one day. Let's see. Pro Evolution Soccer is just every soccer game. All these soccer games are the same. Madden 03. So let me go back to the statistics. So Pro Evolution Soccer sold 3.133 million, and then Madden NFL 2003 sold 3.18 million. So Madden is every Madden game, soccer is every soccer game. Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, I never finished the entire game, but I did like it. But because I didn't finish the entire game and I just didn't feel like I wanted to, I'm gonna put it in B tier. It was great. It felt like Ratchet and Clank 2, except I just didn't finish it. So for now, I'm putting it at B tier. Maybe we'll come back. I don't know if I should put Don't Know, Haven't Played, because, yeah, you know what? I'll put it I haven't played yet because I didn't really give it the chances it deserved. So we're going to put it there. Guitar Hero 3 Legend of Rock are definitely S tier. This game is fantastic. This game had the best soundtracks chosen out of all the Guitar Heroes. By the way, 3.218 million for Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, but this one, number 27, which the other one was 28, Ratchet and Clank 28. Number 27 was Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock, and all the songs there was greatly chosen. They also had to Define the Flames, which put me on to Dragon Force's soundtracks and songs, and the entire like difficulty of Guitar Hero 3. And just like the lore and everything around it, Legends of Rock was fantastic. Sold 234 million. Definitely one of my favorite games. I would definitely get like a remake, a remaster of that, of Legends of Rock 3. I'll look for it, see if they have it, because I wouldn't mind playing Legends of Rock. I got really thinking. So, once again, all these Evolution Soccers, there's just a really big fan base for these Evolution Soccers because it's just so international, because soccer's international, so they're gonna sell a lot, right? Pro Evolution Soccer 3, which sold more than 4, so 4, it started dripping down from 4. 3.271 million, so that's Pro Evolution Soccer. Guitar Hero 2 I'm gonna put it in C tier. I think it was better than these. I don't think it was better than Tekken Tag. Guitar Hero 2 sold 3.41 million, but I think the songs weren't just the songs weren't better than Guitar Hero 3. They're just what it is. Guitar Hero 3, I'm not really huge into rock music. I'm more of a hip hop, rap, reggaeton, um, R&B. You know, I like a lot of genres of music. I really love music. Like I can do a whole music tier list too one day, which I will implement those things. But like Guitar Hero, I do like rock too. I don't hate rock. Especially, but Guitar Hero 3 really put me on to liking rock music. Guitar Hero 2, I was just at the time still saying, yo, this ain't shit. But Guitar Hero 3 really put me on. Guitar Hero 2 was really good too. I'll get his C tier. It wasn't bad. Medal of Honor Frontline, 3.55 million. This is 2002. When's the other one? When did the other one drop? Medal. Oh no, that one's SOCOM. So Medal of Honor was pretty much Call of Duty. Was like the Call of Duty. It was like the Call of Duty. What's it called? Like competition or something. I didn't play it, so that's good for Frontline. It's a lot. Need for Speed Underground 1. This is 3.69 million coming at number 23. And this was my favorite Need for Speed, and I'm putting it high A tier. I think the customization of all the cars were really cool. Very easy, like to customize cars. Just like the old interface of like customizing the cars were good. I think the tracks could have been a little bit better. It would have been S tier, but the races were fun. The tracks were still really fun for the ones they had. And yeah, I still love Need for Speed Underground. It's such a great game. It's gonna actually, now thinking about it, I probably want to play some racing games like street racing. Think about that. But other than that, Need for Speed Underground was fantastic. I did like the story, how you had to like fight Eric, and it's probably the more memorable stories out of all the Need for Speed games. But Need for Speed Underground, especially when it came out, and it did definitely like it was a great game to me. So that's what it is. Ratchet and Clank 1 was a great. Also, I think it was better. No, it wasn't better than 2. It wasn't better than 2. I would put it at the top of B tier. It is better than Most Wanted. It kind of started things off. Spyro. It gave me Spyro vibes. Spyro with guns. Great platforming. I think Ratchet and Clank games got better as they kept going. So Ratchet and Clank games got better as it keeps going. That's why Up Your Arsenal, I wish I could like tier it really good because I'm pretty sure it was really good. They had Deadlock was really good, but Ratchet and Clank, the first one, 3.71 million, coming at number 22. I'm gonna tier this Madden because I actually remember it. I'm gonna give it a B tier. No, C tier. I had this Madden. I had Madden 06 and Madden 04. I bought them. I bought them for like very, very cheap. I'll kind of tier them the same way. They're football games, but I actually know these ones. Like I didn't really get Madden 07, which is I didn't play them. I legitimately didn't play those, but I actually legitimately play Madden 04, Madden 06, and they did the job. It wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say they sucked. They were pretty good. Yeah, I'll leave it a C tier. Leave a C tier. Okay, so the next one coming in at number 19. This is criminally, but it's 19th. It's the 19th best-selling game out of over 1,000. So anything in this list is high praise, especially the even if the ones like I said earlier, the honorable mentions. There was like 1,000 games that came out for PS2. So it is what it is. Metal Gear Solid 3 is probably the best game I never finished. It is the best game I never finished ever, and I'm still rating this pretty high. I cannot wait. I cannot wait until the remake is dropped for Delta because this game is absolutely a masterpiece, just like Metal Gear Solid 4. But Metal Gear Solid 3, like, I played enough of it to know what was going on, and the story was fantastic. I just never finished the game, and it is criminally, I'm pissed about it, but with the remake coming, I get to like really finish it out. Story was fantastic. I would think this is at the moment, even half finished. This was an S tier game, but because I didn't finish it completely, I would put it under Jack 2, and Jack 3. But I still think this was like it was such a good game. Even we'll get to something later too, and it's weird that this is. I'm gonna talk about it. I toy play. I didn't care. I didn't give one bit about it. I'm gonna F tier. It sucked. It. I just didn't like the I toy. I didn't like it as F tiers. I just don't like it. Jack and Daxter was in a fantastic game. I am gonna put it in B tier though, because Jack 2 and Jack 3 just blew it out the water. It was another platformy game, just like Ratchet and Clank. I think it was a little bit better than Ratchet and Clank. Good platforming. If you like Spyro, felt like Spyro just with Jack. So yeah, like I said, Spyro's a great game. Spyro the Dragon is great. It's a fantastic game. Like the way to the PlayStation 1 tier list comes later, but Jack and Daxter just B tier. I think because when Jack 2 and Jack 3 came out, the game became less playable. Like it was just like Jack 2 and Jack 3 just blew it out the water. Not in sales. Unfortunately, that's the guy that kind of sucks. Like right, like unfortunately it didn't make a lot of money in sales, but when it came to the story, Jack 2 and Jack 3 were just top tier to me, my own opinion. We have God of War 2, and God of War 2 is high A tier. I'm putting actually. I wouldn't even say it shouldn't be an S tier. I wouldn't even say that it is better to me right now than Metal Gear Solid 3. This is one of the greatest games I ever played. The combat for a PS2 game was great. This was very like M-rated, edgy. Kratos was just such a great character. I think he is now that you really think about it, he is the mascot of Sony. To me, is just God of War. All the God of War games are absolutely great, but God of War 2 was just another game that like it took it to the stratosphere. It just made Kratos good, and that's at 4.24 million. That's number 16. I'm really greatly surprised that God of War 2 sold so much. That's how you know, because it was kind of a new IP. They didn't use like Naughty Dog or anybody like Insomniac. Like this is I'm pretty sure Santa Monica was just like, I'm pretty sure this is how they started, but it was good that most people really bought it. Madden 05 is one of those other Maddens. I said I played Madden 06, I played Madden 04. Madden 05 is a Madden game. All the Madden games are the same. Just think of it like this. All the Madden games are C tiers. They're just all C tiers. They were good for what they were good for their times. That's it. Now, Madden games are always going to be C tier. It's always going to be C tier. Later on, when I do PS3, PS4, PS5, PS6, tier list, Madden games will always be C tiers. They are all C tier games, okay? There. God of War 1 kind of started the whole thing off, and that thing is an A tier. Still absolutely fantastic. Fantastic gameplay. The graphics got way better to me in God of War 2, but God of War 1, I don't think it hit that S tier like God of War 2 did. But God of War 1 is still really good. I am putting it over Need for Speed Underground. Now I'm thinking about it, I think Tenkaichi 3 was better than Underground. I also think SmackDown vs. Raw. Underground, I could put it, now I think about it, I put it at B tier. I don't think it was better than any of the A tier ones. Damn, not really thinking about it. I think it's there. I think Underground should be there. I feel like I enjoyed everything else more than Underground, but I didn't enjoy Most Wanted more than Underground. I did enjoy Most Wanted, but Underground was better. God of War, first God of War, put it at the top of A tier. I have a tier list called Kingdom Hearts tier list. That's episode 6, I believe. So you guys already know that this is an S tier game. This is probably my favorite PS2 game of all time. Yeah, that's what it is. It can kind of go like this either way, but to me, this is my favorite PS2 game of all time. The Kingdom Hearts 2 is fantastic, gorgeous, absolutely greatest, one of the greatest games I ever played. Just to give you some stats, once again, Madden NFL 15, 4.35 million, meaning once people started knowing that Madden 05, why did 05 get so much? Who Who won the Super Bowl in '05? That means they'll have won Super Bowl '04. Who won? Who won? Why? Because I'm pretty sure because '04 sold less than '05, but then '06 sold less than '05. So who won the Super? And these games are based off like what's happening in that season. It's Super Bowl 2020, not 2024, 2004, and it was the Patriots. Ah, okay. So that's why I got. Well, I don't know. Who knows? But 2005 was a good year anyway. So there's a lot of everyone was playing. Everyone that was like the peak. That might have been the peak like of like life. um, and then God of War was 4.61 million. Kingdom Hearts 2 was 4.7 million. I didn't play this Dragon Quest, which is number 12. So number 14 was God of War. Number 13 was Kingdom Hearts 2. Number 12, I didn't play Dragon Quest 9. V was a V. 5, 6, 7, 8. Dragon Quest 8, I didn't play. So I'm pretty sure it was a good game. Final Fantasy X2. I can't tier this game because I didn't play it. But if I was to... I can't tier it. Sorry. Final Fantasies will get their own tier list. I haven't played this. KH, I've just same place I will leave it at before. I think it was, one of my favorite PS2 games, but it wasn't better than Legends of Rock, and anything after that. So KH1, we're gonna leave it at A tier, and I have a whole tier list for Kingdom Hearts. So go episode 7, go back and watch it. Zodiac Age, I did play. I really really liked this game, but this game was to me either long or I was close to finishing it. While I was playing it, I did think it had a lot of potential. I'm going to put it at top of B tier. It's probably an A tier. There will be a Final Fantasy tier list later on, and we'll really decide there. At the moment, it's a B tier. I'll probably go back and finish the game or replay it. I know they have like a remaster, so I can see what's going on with that. But that's what is it, 12? The Zodiac Age, yeah. Tekken 5 is my favorite Tekken of the PS2 era. Maybe, I don't know if it was my favorite Tekken, but it's definitely a favorite Tekken of the PS2 era. Probably my favorite Tekken, now I think about it. I think this is A tier. It's a little bit less than Tom Heroes. I don't think it deserves B tier because Tekken 5 I really liked. Metal Gear Solid 2 The Sons of Liberty was, to me, oh my god, this is a great game. But because it was so short, I'm going to put it at the top of B tier. Metal Gear Solid 2 is a game you should play. Like, even though I put a B tier, it's one of those games where I definitely recommend to play because it's a fun game. It's just too short, but everything that happens within that short amount of time is really good. You don't play as Snake, you play as Raiden. I don't know why Snake is in the front of the cover because you only use Snake for the first mission, and then use Raiden, which Raiden becomes a good character, and it makes. I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to hold on what I'm going to say because that's a future episode. But yeah, that's going to be a B tier. Don't hate me. I didn't play with Grand Theft Auto 3. I didn't. I'm sorry. I did not play Grand Theft Auto 3. By the time I played my first Grand Theft Auto, Vice City came out. I never went back to 3. I never wanted to. I did play 4, which was one of the best games I've ever played in my life. But 3, I'm sorry, don't hate me. Most people like it. They probably put it in S tier. I didn't play it, so I'm not going to tier it. You already know the next words I'm going to say. Grand Theft Auto tier list later on. Final Fantasy X, which is Final Fantasy X, I did play, and I really did like. I would put it in, for story-wise, I put it in A tier. For everything else, I wouldn't. But I think it was better than Tekken 5. This is most people's S tier, probably most people's favorite Final Fantasy. I think it was good. It definitely was great. Like, it was a great game. But I think everything else on this list was better. Okay, so let me go back a little quick bit. So number 11 was Final Fantasy X2, which I did not play. I know the story. I didn't play, especially I don't think you used the main character like at all. That sold for 5.4 million. I'm guessing because of the hype of 6, people bought it, but not as much people bought it. Kingdom Hearts which is number 10, it sold 5.9 million, almost pretty close to 6 million, and that was number 10. And you already, there's a whole tier list for that. Final Fantasy, was it 10? That's not 10. This is Final Fantasy 12, which is the one I need to go back and play. 6 million. So it did sell more than X2. So that's a 6 million. Tekken 5, which was number 8, is a $6 million selling game, right? Then when you go to number 7, you have Metal Gear Solid 2. Metal Gear Solid 1 was such a good game that the hype of alone is why people bought it. This is a whole extra million on top of everything else. So this is 7.03 million. I'm starting to see the pattern that most of the PS2 games were marketed for older people because that's a big gap, right? The next few lists, which is already here, you're going to see why they sold so much. 7.3 million, but Sons of Liberty is definitely a game you should play. Definitely a game you should play. It's a B game, but it's almost as important as an S tier game. So I definitely would play it. It's just, it was so short. Grand Theft Auto 3, I told you guys about it. But it did sell, it's number 6. It sold 8.305 million, and this is just because the older crowd liked it. I was a kid at the time, and I didn't play Grand Theft Auto 3. But don't worry, that's not going to mess up the rest of this tier list. And then I told you about X, 8.5 million. I didn't know it sold that much. Great game. I did not know it sold that much. I think this was one of the first games ever made for PS2, so you got it with the PS2 or you bought it when you bought the PS2. It came out July 19th, 2001, so it looks about right. All right, well, now we're in the top 5 category. I put these things like this because, not to confuse you guys, it's only because they had extra like things, and the tier list, the original tier list template, like messed up, so they put like Sonic Unleash, but I think they meant to put like Sonic Heroes, right? So as I say here, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is to me a top of A tier. I don't think it hits the S tier mark because there's some points in the game where it just gets really slow, but Vice City is such a beautiful open world game for a PS2 game that it's like Miami. The city of Miami was a great location. The 80s story mode is a great story. Man, Vice City is got to be up here in the S tiers. I think it's better than all this. Now that I think about it. So it's this is one of the first PS2 games I ever played, which is funny. I know. Vice City as an 8-year-old kid was my first game I ever played for PS2. It's only because my cousin got it. My cousin, who was also the same age as me, got gifted Vice City, and we played it as 8-year-old kids. And what a game. As an 8-year-old child, this was my favorite game as an 8-year-old child. Grand Theft Auto Vice City is like, the characters are great. Tommy Vercetti, they try to take Scarface and like all the other 80s like things all together, but the map was so beautiful. What a great map. You know, Rockstar is the greatest game development like developers ever. Like their games, their Grand Theft Auto games alone make them so much money, but they only need to survive off these games like this, and it's so good. They make like 2 games every century, but like they're always great. Gran Turismo 4 is one of those racing is like is PlayStation's racing game, and I don't think they're better than the Need for Speeds that came out. I would probably put them like just like the Madden games. Oh, by the way, Vice City sold 10.5 million copies. Yeah. Vice City sold 10.5 million copies as number 4. Gran Turismo, which is weird that Gran Turismo sold more than Vice City. I wonder why. I wonder if there's a why. did Gran Turismo? I wonder if the internet knows. 4 outsell Vice City. It had proper career mode, field progressed. Uh, I guess. Oh, I guess people really like 3 and they still sold 4, but okay, because in PS1, the Gran Turismo kind of started in PlayStation 1, so most people still love the Gran Turismo game, like name and everything too. But Gran Turismo 4 is really good. I will put a C tier. Same thing with 3. They're kind of like the sports based, but 4 was it? Why I say 4 is better than Underground. I think about the customization of 4, like the customization of Need for Speeds were my favorites. Uh, 4, they're great racing games. I would probably put them in the back of B tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put in the back of B tier. And as I keep thinking more, Tekken Tag just could go C tier. I remember Tekken 5 being my favorite one. Gran Turismo 4 was better than 3. They kind of felt the same to me. This is what it is. Gran Turismo 4 is number 3 at 11.76 million, and Gran Turismo 3 sold 14.89 million. I'm guessing racing games were just the shit, bro, back then, because for Gran Turismo to take the top 2 and 3 spot, 11 point together, these two games sold 25 million, and these were only 3 years apart. I didn't know Gran Turismo made that much money. This is probably what carried Sony. If you really think about it, it sold double. Jeez, it sold almost 3 times more than God of War. Holy crap. Gran Turismo really was. Damn, I gotta play Gran Turismo now. What's the next? I'm gonna probably see how good Gran Turismo is. Probably play the PS5 one. I want to race it. I need a racing game anyway. And then finally, the GOAT at number 1, the best game ever made. Period. Period. If we do an S tier game list, as of right now, without thinking, because if I do a tier list with all my S tiers, it's going to be hard to top this. The number 1 best-selling PlayStation 2 game, which is also the greatest game to me of all time, which is also the greatest PS2 game to me of all time, which is also probably one of the most highest selling games ever made under Minecraft, Fortnite, and all the other 8-year-old Gen Z kid games. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas coming in at 17.33 million, made by Rockstar. San Andreas, listen, this is the greatest game of all time to me. The story is fantastic. It felt like Boys in the Hood, but just a better story. The entire open world. Listen, a lot of people like Grand Theft Auto 5, but taking out Las Venturas was one of the biggest mistakes ever. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is one of the greatest games ever made. I still think it's better than 5. CJ is such a great character. All the characters, Big Smoke is such a good character. Ryder is a good character. All the characters are absolutely fantastic. Later on, in Catalina, you got all the street racing, just Los Santos, San Andreas. This game is perfect. This is the most perfect game ever made. Perfect. You get the street customization like Underground, where you could just customize your car. Lowriders, the lowrider customization. This game is my favorite game ever made. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, top of S tier, top, tippy top. Best game ever made, in my opinion. CJ is one of the greatest characters. Big Smoke, one of the greatest characters. Oh God, this is such a great game. San Andreas S tier, best game ever made. And that's my list there. So I'm glad we were able to fit that all in 50 minutes too. These other games here, right here didn't just They were extras. I think Pro Skater was number 51, but they were on the tier list. It's a shame because SmackDown Here Comes the Pain was probably the best PS2 game, PS2 wrestling game, not '06, but we'll get to that. I'll say that. We'll get to that. It's A tier, but we'll get to that. Here Comes the Pain was fantastic. Too bad it didn't sell much. I wonder if Here Comes the Pain. Well, let me see. How much did it sell? Here comes the... Oh, it's number 100. Exactly 100. What, 1.585. So, this is not the last of PS2 games, right? So, what I'll do... This is the top 50 best-selling with honorable mentions. I'll do us a favor. So we're gonna take these out. You guys saw this already, but we're gonna take these out. The reason is I'm gonna do only the 50 million, the top 50. Which ones I put? These are all the games I put in there. Because next time, one of the tier lists, we'll do the best of 100 to 50. Okay? Because there's a lot of good games in that 100 to 50 that are really good, that are S tier games. Like Battlefront 2 is number 52. Like that should already tell you that they didn't sell as much. Underground 2, Budokai 2, oh god. You see there's no D tiers, it's just one F tier. We'll get, yeah. So next time, not next episode, maybe next episode, we're going to get to from 100 to 50 because there are some games like NBA Streets in here. Oh god, we're going to get to it. So this is my top 50. This is for the top, not my top 50. This is the top 50 best-selling games and my opinions on them. My opinions. All these tier lists are opinions, so don't hate me because I didn't play Hit and Run or Grand Theft Auto 3 or X2, Up Your Arsenal. I know those are good games. I know. I'm not going to tier them yet. We'll probably get to them. Like I said, all the games I did not tier in all my tier lists, I'll go back to them, play them, and then we'll do a tier list of all the games, the honorable slept on games, right? Everything else we'll do. But other than that, this is the tier list. This is like the real tier list. So let's see if I can put this a bit bigger. And bam. That's the top 50 selling PS2 games. And that is how I tiered them. Okay? That's what it is. Guys, take care. This was a great episode. More tier lists to come. There's going to be 13 episodes for the season, like I said in the last video. So, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. I'm going to keep putting this content. I'm going to have more things in tier lists coming too. And on top of that, check out the other videos. They're there. They're really good. Some of those I might redo depending, on the timing. But thanks for listening, guys. And, have another good day. Everything here is staying the same. Usually I go on an overview. Everything here is staying the same, right? Not moving anything. Yeah, no. So, let's see. Everything here stays the same. You know what? One of these Maddens. No. Everything's good. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Actually, yeah. Hell no. F. Take care. I'll see you guys later. Peace.